I have a thing for the older, more mature Jack Black.
The chubbier Jack Black, like the
The fatter, more bearded Jack
Jack
Black.
Black. Yeah, interesting. It's funny. Do you remember like those? I remember they used to do these countdowns on like VH1 where they had like the sexiest people or whatever, and they did like the
Yeah.
100. And I think Jack Black was like number 90 something on one of those lists. And this was like
Ah.
when Jack Black was getting very big. So like Orange County, Saving Silverman, School of Rock era, like early 2000s.
Yeah, there's just something about that charisma,
I
dude. And
remember,
also his
dude,
face. He's got good face.
and I remember they showed this clip like it was like Jenna Jameson or something, like doing like this is VH. People that don't remember VH1 and MTV in like the early 2000s was just all about like sleazy sex shit, and it was
Yeah, it
they
was
had
great.
like yeah, it was
As
great.
opposed to now, where
Yeah,
none of it's about that.
I don't even know what shows air on those networks anymore.
No, I use the internet to watch most of my trash TV, but also Netflix.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, like I remember Jenna Jameson very specifically explaining why she found Jack Black sexy, like, and he was on this countdown of like like 100 sexiest men or something, like, and yeah, I just remember being like, yeah, it's a strange phenomenon, but yeah, I mean,
But it's real.
but yeah, it's absolutely real, yeah. And yeah, when we say the word sexy too, I mean, like we can mean it in so many different ways, different types, different degrees. Like it's so much more complicated than just like yeah, like the physical attraction.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's like the ability to make one laugh
Right.
is important to that. Or, yeah, but also his beard's real good. We
Yeah.
can't pretend the looks don't matter. They do. They matter a lot.
It's funny. I've been watching a lot of the X Files just because it's like something to watch, and there's like 14 seasons on Hulu or whatever. So I like put it on at night before bed because I like the vibe, right?
Yeah.
And like I'll watch it. And there's some real bangers in there too. Like Vince Gilligan is was one of the
Yeah.
main writers at the beginning, and then later became more important in the show. But like they there's a lot, like I forgot how huge that show was, like as a cultural phenomenon,
Oh, yeah.
and like how many actors I see like at just watching old episodes, like in the first 5 seasons of the X Files. You can watch this if you have like any type of subscription that has X
Yeah, it's
Files
like
on it.
watching SVU.
Yeah, and there's young Jack Black, and I'm gonna skinny Jack Black was in was in an episode playing like an arcade nerd in like 1994, like in this X Files episode, and I was like, oh my god, he's so thin. Like he was like still trying to be like a serious actor, and God, who else did I see in that? I just saw a bunch of young actors that I was like, holy shit, all these young people coming like just starting out that I knew as like a big star because I was a little too young for when X Files was airing.
Yeah.
It's funny whenever I put it on, and my wife will always be like, "God, I used to hate this." Like she said, her dad used to watch it, and like she would be terrified of the music when it would come on, like at like 10 o'clock on Fox or whatever, as like a little kid, and she'd
I
hear
just
like,
never got into it.
"It's
We
not
were like, we
great,
were just behind it.
but it's
We
fine."
just missed that boat.
Yeah, exactly. It was a little bit, and it got canceled and then brought back a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Uh, but anyway, yeah, I've just been watching that. It's just since we brought up Jack Black, there's like so many. It's not that is one nice thing about streaming is that we do have all this stuff that we can just go back and watch. Whereas like you wouldn't be able to watch the entire X Files series before unless you bought the DVDs. You just wouldn't be able to watch that whole thing from start to finish. Like
Unless you downloaded it illegally.
or downloaded illegally, which case people were probably ripping the DVDs and putting them up online. So like yeah, like you couldn't you couldn't do that shit. Yeah, fuck. All right, what the fuck were we talking about?